Wait, wait. Come in, come in. Let me tell you a story. Sit. Yes. Long time ago, in a place far, far away, there was a land that was experiencing a tremendous drought. And in this land, there lived an evil man, a man that despised the Lord and hated all of God's ways. To this man was born a child, but he hated that child and mistreated him. And to the man was born a second son, and this son he treated worse than the first son. And on his deathbed, he cried out for anyone to help, but no one would come, for he had been such an evil man. His first son grew up to be wealthy, and in the time of drought had all the water he wanted in the world. He was happy because he had water and nobody else had any. While the younger son, destitute and poor, had nothing to live on. The younger son decided to go to the older son and beg for some water so he could live. The older son said, "What are you doing here?" The younger son said, "Please, please, I just need a little bit of water." The younger son said, "No, I've worked for this water, not you." And the younger son said, "Please, please." So the older son took the cup, scheming, and instead of giving him water to drink, splashed it in his face and wasted it. But the younger son, so thirsty, took a couple of sips off of the water dripping off his face and asked for another. This is how the relationship between the sons ended up. The older son ended up dying alone like his father, and the younger son ended up dying because he had nothing to drink. Oh, what a terrible story. What a terrible story. Don't you hate it when there are bad parents? Now let me tell you of a story of good parents. In the same land, during the time of the famine, there lived a man, a good man, a righteous man, a man who loved the Lord and abided in all his ways. He was not perfect, but where he was imperfect, he tried his best to follow God. To this man was born a son, and he loved the son and cared for him. He disciplined him when it was time to discipline, and had fun with him and told him that he loved him when it was time for such. And to this man was born a second son, a very big son, and they had a happy family. And though they were all poor, they had much fun and love together. On his deathbed, the father said to his children, "Love God and learn to put others in front of you." And he went off to heaven. Many years later, the younger son was sitting while the drought was still happening. He only had one bottle of water for the entire year and was wondering how he was going to survive. It was precious to him. The older son also had one bottle of water for the entire year, and at times he would be so thirsty but could not drink because he wanted to save it. Then one day, the old brother thought, "My younger brother must be just as thirsty. I should go give this bottle of water to him." At the same time, the younger brother thought, "My older brother is bigger than me. I need to give him the water. So at night, both brothers, unbeknownst to each other, snuck to each other's houses and laid down the water. The following morning, the older brother stood up and, to his surprise, there was a bottle of water in his kitchen. What is this? Was it a dream? Did I not give the water to my brother? I will try again tonight, he thought, very confused. The younger brother also awoke and went to the kitchen for something to eat. And when he got to the kitchen, the same surprise awaited him. What is this? How could I have another bottle of water? I definitely gave it to my brother. So confused by this. So the younger brother thought, I will try again. Perhaps I was sleepwalking. So the younger brother and the older brother continued to go back and forth and give the water to each other. But day after day, the next morning, water would be at their house. Finally, on the 5th day, the brothers were sneaking off at night to give the water to each other. And just that day, they happened to run into each other. Brother, wait, you have been doing the same thing. Oh, my brother, I love you. Oh, my brother, I love you too. Although they had not much, they shared what they had and shared with those around them so that they could live a good life like their father had taught them. Now, do you see, children, what great difference good parents make? Now let me talk to you, LSCC Chinese congregation. We thank you for being good parents. We pray that we are also a blessing to you.